In this pod-slice summary of the Jordan Peterson podcast, Dr. Jordan Peterson converses with Frank Stronach, founder and CEO of Magna International, a Canadian multinational automotive supplier. Stronach shares his inspiring rag-to-riches journey, characterizing it as a combination of fate, circumstance, and being at the right place at the right time. Immigrating to Canada in 1954 with just $200, he epitomized the struggle of a newcomer seeking a solid footing in a foreign land. Fortunately for Stronach, his commitment to improve himself drove him from working in a hospital kitchen to finding a role in an engineering-centric company. Gaining industrial expertise, yet experiencing severe job instability, he decided to create his job security by amassing savings of $5,000 and launching a small engineering business in a rented garage. This modest garage initiative was the nascent stage of Magna International, which under Stronach's leadership grew from a single employee himself to a workforce of 170,000 across 34 countries. Stronach underscores the role of relentless grit and determination in his tale of success and sees his business as more than just a profit-driven enterprise. It is a culture that he calls the fair enterprise system. Stronach provides an intriguing insight into his business philosophy, emphasizing the importance of fairness and profit sharing among all stakeholders, managers, employees, and investors. He asserts that the economy's driving forces deserve proportionate shares of the outcome, advocating for this fairness via an economic charter of rights to supplement and fortify the Human Rights Charter. Stronach insists that the Human Charter of Rights alone is insufficient in a capitalist society where domination often lies with those possessing wealth, the Golden Rule. Only through an economic charter of rights, ensuring profit participation by all workers, will economic democracy be established, forming a cornerstone of true democratic society. Importantly, he believes that Canada, given its relatively equitable socioeconomic landscape, could lead the world in implementing his proposed economic charter of rights. His advocacy for fairness and profit sharing were integral tenets within Magna's corporate constitution, adopted in the mid to late 1980s, fostering a culture that encouraged employee participation, empowerment, and productivity. Building on this remarkable life narrative, Stronach discusses establishing the Constitution for his company, Magna. In this, he detailed a specific profit-sharing system, 20% of profits for shareholders, 10% for employees, half in shares, half in cash, 6% for management, 2% for charity, and the rest reinvested in research. Such a system engendered both empowerment and involvement among employees, boosting profits exponentially up to 200% in the third year. Stronach foresees a potential supremacy shift in global dominance, with the United States currently facing substantial issues. To address the significant financial disparity in the society, he proposes a restructuring of societal systems rather than blaming the disparity on individuals. Notably, Stronach views himself as a problem solver. Learning the tool and die trade equipped him with the skill set to envision successful solutions. Stronach expounds upon his learning journey, detailing a 3 to 4 year apprenticeship and working with a variety of machines, all contributing to his aptitude for precision work. Asked by Dr. Peterson, Stronach reveals the foundation of his entrepreneurial spirit. He believes his problem-solving ability and confidence evolved from his early career experiences. He explains that embarking on his own venture, renting a garage, and starting to produce his tools was a risk he was ready to undertake. Stronach ponders the importance of finding solutions for clients, emphasizing that suppliers' true value lies in their problem-solving capabilities, an assertion he confidently presents to his own prospective clients. He suggests that developing similar outlooks in younger generations could lead to a more balanced economy with smaller, more nimble businesses rather than a few giant corporations. Towards the end, Stronach reflects on a situation early in Magna's history when a trusted foreman decided to leave to start his business, an incident that caused him to reconsider his workforce structure. This story implies an organizational evolution was looming in Magna, an exciting premonition for dramatic developments in the business's future growth. In the continuation of the discussion, Stronach shares that he identified the potential within individuals and how tapping into it is crucial for business success. He further elucidates his rapid growth by expressing the challenges a small business faces in acquiring its first customers. To Stronach, the key to securing clients lies in a combination of competitive pricing, quality, and sharing knowledge, which in turn facilitates superior service. Further, he recognizes the power of strategic positioning and timing as important forces of fate that influenced the initial growth of Magna. Stronach conveys the curious tale of his first foreman's departure, which lent him important insights into business expansion. His initiative to offer the foreman a third stake in a new factory incited the foreman's entrepreneurial guile and elicited unprecedented motivation in his performance and productivity. Stronach's approach to empowering his workforce went beyond the first foreman. He replicated his strategy across 6 factories, creating an operation where everyone had a vested interest in the success of their units. Furthermore, he gave workers the opportunity to participate in ownership, thus putting into practice an explicit philosophy of distributed ownership. Stronach emphasizes the importance of agreements and negotiations. To him, a deal is successful and maintains its integrity when it benefits both parties. This foundational approach to deal-making, combined with his commitment to honoring his words, instilled firm trust and faith among his subordinates. Moreover, the importance of reputation is not lost on Stronach. He firmly believes that maintaining credibility can secure financial success, while a tainted reputation can never be repaired. When Stronach expanded Magna, he understood that the larger a company grows, the more formal its structure needs to be. Despite this, he continues to advocate for the spirit of pure free enterprise and capitalism. He maintains that it's crucial for big businesses to change and allow for employees to participate in the wealth created by their labor, an essential step towards avoiding self-destruction and promoting economic health. In the podcast, Dr. Peterson and Frank Stronach explore Stronach's outlook on building trust in a capitalist business, notably challenging the notion that hoarding wealth equals winning. For Stronach, establishing trust-based relationships necessitates keeping your word and practicing honesty in every negotiation. Stronach credits his modus operandi of outlining agreements in writing for the enviable reputation he enjoyed with his employees. Their dialogue dives into how Stronach's approach to nurturing employee motivation hinged on fostering the spirit of ownership. He considered it a solution to the capitalism problem, emphasizing it as a fundamentally generous and distributed form of capitalism, involving everyone in the company's success and profit-making. Stronach shares how delegating responsibility liberated him from micromanaging while driving the foreman's motivation to ensure the enterprise's success. He also notes that while profits for larger companies tend to concentrate in the hands of the few, genuine discontent and demotivation among workers can destabilize any organization. Introduced is Stronach's Economic Charter of Rights, a managerial philosophy where explicit profit and responsibility distribution is practiced. Trust extends beyond management and shareholders, covering workers and ensuring everyone enjoys profits. This contributes greatly to Stronach's low labor conflict record and efficient conflict resolution system. Dr. Peterson and Stronach also discuss the significance of keeping workers happy and maintaining the quality of products. The need for a fair, safe, and non-discriminatory environment is mentioned, giving insights into handling employee grievances anonymously through a hotline. On handling factory sizes, Stronach puts forth the importance of smaller, more manageable units where workers are seen as humans, not numbers. The ultimate goal for Stronach is earning the respect of workers, deemed more productive than being feared. This part of the conversation seamlessly merges into the topic of company efficiency, humanizing the workplace and differentiating one's business through the optimal sizing of hierarchical units within an enterprise. Dr. Peterson brings a fascinating anthropological perspective to the discussion, observing a possible parallel between primate communities' group sizes and optimal group sizes within a business. In the podcast, Dr. Jordan Peterson and Frank Stronach continue their conversation about the aspects of a successful work environment and business leadership. Stronach emphasizes the importance of workforce unit size as taking a personalized approach to all employees cultivates better productivity and a stronger team morale. He suggests that leaders should strive for a personal touch, fostering an authentic connection with their team members, genuinely interested in them and their lives. Stronach discusses his experiences providing lectures at universities, encouraging students first to choose a career path that they feel passionate about, as passion translates into higher productivity and success. He emphasizes the importance of gaining as much practical experience as possible, understanding that learning comes through doing, and the more seasoned you are, the better leader you will become. Discussion then turns to a corporate constitution, a living document that holds all employees and managers to a higher standard, thereby ensuring quality and maintaining company-wide productivity standards. Stronach notes that too often companies tie employee compensation to opaque metrics, which can breed discontent. His corporations, in contrast, have explicit formulae that reward tenure, performance, and knowledge, aftering an objective measure of each employee's worth. Stronach believes that having a clear code of employee conduct and regulations is the key to success, emphasizing that simplicity and clarity lead to a better business performance. They discuss the downfall of unnecessarily complex business education and the detrimental effects it can have on the corporate landscape. Stronach argues that many young entrepreneurs are deterred from entering the highly regulated business world because of the perceived barriers and intricate policies currently in place. Dr. Peterson and Stronach further delve into the subject of governance and the detrimental effects that excessive bureaucracy can have on business growth. Stronach argues that the current system discourages entrepreneurs from starting their own businesses as the regulatory burden is simply too prohibitive. He suggests a systematic overhaul, reducing bureaucratic obstacles while ensuring preservation of fundamental regulations for ethical business practice. Stronach concludes this portion of their discussion by highlighting the interplay between politics, economy, and business, pointing out that the current political landscape often fails in facilitating business-friendly environments. Implementing improvements in these systems, he argues, is fundamental to support entrepreneurship and cultivate innovation for the future. Frank Stronach talks about a new product his company is bringing to market in response to modern transportation challenges. Due to his frustration with heavy traffic and wasted energy, Stronach decided to design a streamlined, cost, and energy-effective commuting vehicle. His core concept is micro-mobility, vehicles small enough to park 4 in a regular parking spot. These vehicles, being small, light, and electric, can be fully charged from a standard electrical outlet for a cost of less than $1, with a travel limit of 100 kilometers. These vehicles are also fast charge capable, further enhancing their convenience. Stronach asserts that these vehicles would change transportation primarily because oil resources are limited and gasoline prices are likely to surge dramatically. He predicts that in about 8 years, gasoline will only be available for essential purposes. This shift, he foresees, will necessitate new forms of transportation like the compact electric vehicles his company is developing. The aesthetic design of these vehicles is modest, with the primary purpose being commuting. The vehicles have a maximum speed of 32 kilometers per hour to minimize the potential for damage, reducing insurance costs. The various models can accommodate 2 or 4 people, making them versatile for personal travel or small-scale commercial use. Stronach passionately believes in the role of micromobility in the future of transportation. He predicts a shift in the standard family structure of 2 cars to include 1 or more small, green, and cost-effective vehicles for short-distance movement. Dr. Peterson and Stronach proceed to discuss the implications of this new product on wealth distribution and productivity. Stronach shares his company's philosophy on fostering generous productivity by providing workers with as much autonomy as possible. Stronach's model of distributed profits, giving workers a cut of the profits, motivates them to work more productively and creatively, and provides a counter to the problem of inequality common in capitalist systems. Stronach also expresses his commitment to agricultural changes, expressing concern about the chemical oversaturation of industrial farms. Stronach passionately argues for change in this field, making it clear that improving the state of agriculture, like transportation, is another crucial task for the future. Further into the conversation, Stronach conveys a deep concern for the health impacts of industrial farming. He believes the commonplace use of fungicides and pesticides is detrimental to our health as these chemicals infiltrate into the air we breathe in and contaminate the water we drink and the food we consume. He attributes increased evidences of various health disorders, including allergies and diabetes, to our consistent exposure to these harmful substances. Shifting focus from industry to education, Stronach outlines a compelling vision. He articulates his commitment to a nation where no child experiences hunger at school, expressing his firm belief that school authorities must be obligated to serve breakfast and lunch to every student. But his commitment isn't merely to fill young stomachs. He is also determined to ensure the quality of the food they eat. As per Stronach's plan, these meals should not merely satisfy hunger, but must also fulfill precise organic standards to ensure they are free from harmful chemicals. While he acknowledges progress in certain areas, he is well aware that much remains to be done. Stronach calls for heightened public awareness on these issues because public consciousness, he believes, is instrumental in enacting and enhancing change. Reaching the end of their chat, Peterson and Stronach plan to continue their conversation with Daily Wire, reaffirming their commitment to openly discussing and scrutinizing these significant societal problems. Their conversation speaks to their significant shared dedication to bettering society and to the potential of thoughtful, informed dialogue in identifying solutions capable of inspiring real and positive change. Check out the full podcast by clicking the link in the description below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for listening to this podcast summary episode of The Pod Slice.